What up, everybody?
DCY!
Beautiful.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Beautiful, beautiful.
Hey, get me set up here, boss.
We getting set up. Don't worry. How you guys doing? Wow, I'm so disappointed.
Cody's really excited for this cool front we're getting like soon.
Yeah, I've been
All
told,
black,
like,
all sleeves, sweatpants or jeans.
No, these are jeans. These are jeans.
Okay.
Okay, so note to self, never wear all black again, because I got told like 13 times, 9 of which by Anna, of like, Cody, why are you in all black? And
Well, dude,
like,
it's just really hot outside.
I wasn't outside a lot. And honestly, I was just outside and it wasn't that bad. And if you were in all black, you had
Fashion
to sweat.
doesn't care about temperature.
Exactly, okay?
Fair enough.
Look, I had to find, here's the thing. You ever get like, you're getting dressed, okay? You're about to get dressed. All right, everybody focus, about to get dressed, okay? And you're like, oh, I really want to wear this, and I also really want to wear this. How do I make that happen, right? Oh, no.
How could you?
I didn't realize that these were 2 different shades of black. It was stage lights. It was stage lights that got
So
me.
she's got the card like, 2 different shades!
See what I'm saying? I'm just getting chopped on up here. That's all it is. All right, I just really wanted to wear this shirt. I really like this shirt. But also, part of the announcements is it's Jacob's last Wednesday night here, and me and him, everybody go, we don't have an aw. We have a boo.
Do we have an aw?
We have boo.
Yeah.
Did you just put yay?
No,
Dang,
I swear I pressed boo.
messed up.
I swear I pressed boo. Hang on. Someone is playing tricks on me, dog. It says booing _ R1NAFB8. Remember, we just got this last week. I'm still gonna,
We're still working out the kinks.
there's gonna be some kinks here and there.
Ups.
Let me see. Let's try this one. Oh wait, no. Well, I mean,
Yay! That should be yay.
that was a
solo.
fart.
What?
That was a fart.
What? These are all kinds of. What's this?
Okay,
These are all,
it's not gonna work tonight.
Out of nowhere. Hold on.
Okay, well.
This is great. Oh, we gotta stop it. Pause. Boom. All right, hold on. We gotta find the ding at least. Nope.
Remember, just in case we ever need that one, we've got it.
Yep. We're never gonna need it, but let's see.
No.
Nope. That's not it. That's not it. I just want to hear the ding. That's all I want is the ding. I don't know. We got to give up on it. That's basically what it is.
Hang on.
That is not the ding.
Yeah, I'm not the guy to figure it out.
It's gone.
I'm
sorry. We've just completely failed you tonight. What the outfit I wore, it just completely gone.
Should we just go back?
It's not okay.
Should we just go back in there and then come back out and do it all over again?
No, because I'm still gonna be in the same outfit. That's still not gonna work. It's all just a complete mess. Everybody just go home. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So back to that. It's Jacob's last Wednesday night. All right, it's Jacob's last Wednesday night, but we got very similar DCY shoes, so I had to rock them for my mans because he's wearing them too. You know, just
shout
to
out
represent.
A-Rod for the design.
Shout out what?
I said shout out A-Rod for the
Yeah,
design.
shout out if you watch it online. Shouts out, I got you, bro. I got you.
Also shout out Cannon Boone. I'm repping for you tonight. Hail State.
Hail
Let's go.
State. Hail State. I've never cared about college football my entire life because I went to a Bible school and we didn't have a football team. And so, I didn't really have any, stake in anything. So I decided that Cannon, all right, wherever you're going, I'm standing them. All right, standing them. Cannon's redshirted this year. I don't care. We won last week.
Yep.
Boom. Beat us. All
By
right.
1 point.
Undefeated. All right. By 1 point, it was a close game. All right. Y'all don't care.
They are literally
but I do.
undefeated since they signed Cannon. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Since they signed Cannon, they've not lost a game.
Favor ain't fair. All right.
Just saying.
That's what it is.
Stats don't lie.
Stats don't
Just
lie.
saying.
These are statistics, and these work, all right? That's how it is, okay? So, also on the announcements list, how many of y'all went to camp this summer? Woo, woo, woo.
I did.
Well, we came back champs, which, side note, for real, if you haven't signed the camp shirt, all right, because we all won together, if you went to camp and haven't signed the shirt, let me know. I need to get you to sign the shirt so we can hang it up. Anyway, y'all remember the speaker, Jacob Jester? Dude was great, right? Brought the house down. He is going to be here at church Sunday morning as our speaker. So you're going to make sure you want to be here first and second service. So, make sure you're here. It's going to be great. I promise you.
How many first service people we got in here? Okay. Y'all are with me.
3.
We wake up early and we get it out of the way and we get it done. I like that.
Get it out the way? Did you say we get church out the way?
Hey, sometimes you got to be disciplined, right?
It is opening
sometimes
Sunday.
You want to be here, sometimes you got to be disciplined.
It is
That's
opening
fair.
Sunday.
We keep it real up here, DCY, all right?
Keep it real.
We keep it 100.
We keep it 100.
Keep it a buck.
Keep it 100. We don't keep it buck. Oh, I actually have more respect for Giannis now, unfortunately. I used to hate him, but now I'm just like,
wait, what?
Meh.
What?
Giannis? You can't say keep it buck? Milwaukee
Oh,
Bucks?
okay.
Do you make that connection now?
No, I went from
Sorry.
keep it 100, which is a buck.
Look, this whole intro is just off. I'm so we're just gonna move on. We're just gonna move on.
Dusty, where you at?
Dusty, where you? If it's your first
Replace
time,
him.
yeah, okay, I'm moving. I'm leaving. I swear. If it's
He
your
wore
first,
different shades of black. He can't be up here.
know. Honestly, here's the problem. Dusty's about to come up here, and his fit is like chef kiss beautiful. He's got ducky socks on and makes it work, all right? It's incredible. I'm super jealous of it, all right? But if it's your first time here tonight, I promise you we're not this hectic, right?
Well,
just
we're
with different things.
We're a little bit more organized with our hecticness
Organized hectic,
normally.
yes. Organized chaos, controlled
Yes.
chaos. That's what football is,
Yes.
controlled chaos, okay? And that's
football
what we, yeah, I know, it's
tomorrow,
back,
baby.
it's back. Oh, anyway, moving on. If it's your first time here tonight, I want to meet you. I want to let you know everything about us, who we are, what we're all about, the why behind DCY.
I got it.
Ding, you did it a
ding.
little early.
I know, I like it when you say the why, that's when I hear the ding.
What?
But
no,
the why,
everybody disagrees. It's the why behind
Well,
DCY.
hey, well, first off,
Ding.
y'all can disagree if you want. I came up with it.
Yeah, true.
All right, back off.
That is him. That was him. That was
Come on
his.
now. That's like the dude that's who created GIFs. He's like, it's pronounced GIF.
You're wrong.
Sir, you did not come up with the English language. You came up with a graphic interchange format, which is GIF.
Graphic.
GIF.
If you say GIF, everybody's gonna look at you and be like, really?
Yeah. I don't care what he said. He didn't come up with the English language, so don't at me. It's
Exactly.
GIF.
All that to say, I want to talk to you,
Yeah,
let you know
yeah,
about explain
that
this.
thing, yeah.
I explained this, everything that it is, but put the why behind DCY. So if it's your first time, see, that was good.
Okay.
If it's your first time and you came with somebody, you can bring them with you, or if you're riding solo, there's gonna be more people over there, but you can meet me at those back doors. We're gonna go back into the game room. I got some snacks for you. And I'll let you I'll explain this to you so you're not just walking away like, well, that was weird. And then tonight, Dusty's going to come up. And this Kahoot is requested specifically by Jacob. So if it's bad, don't judge me, okay? And actually, Jacob and more people. Dusty, please take this mic away from me. No more.
I've pointed it out before, but it's worth mentioning again. Every time Cody says, I've got some snacks in the back, does he not just sound really creepy? Can we just keep it real? Does he not sound really...
Hey, in the back, there's no windows. I got snacks.
In the back, we got some snacks. If you come with me, it's your
Don't tell
first
your
time, come
parents.
back with me. It's not creepy, though. It's totally fine.
Before we move along, I want everyone to look at Spencer. Does he not look like Rolf from the Muppets right now? Is that just me? Is that just me when he's shaking his head? Is the ears flopping?
I did just get a haircut. That might be why.
Bro, it's fly. I'm feeling it.
Is that a compliment, though? No, I didn't. It didn't feel like one.
Okay, who doesn't love the Muppets?
Okay, that's fair, but he's dogging me? I don't think so. Dusty would never say anything mean to me.
Never, ever.
Never.
I tell you what.
He would never say a rude thing to me.
But back to the Muppets.
Okay.
Yeah, Rolf
Gotcha.
the dog.
Gotcha.
You know, Kermit was too good for Miss Piggy. I'm going to say
That's
it.
true. That's true.
I bet none of you here even cares about the Muppets. I care way too much about the Muppets.
That's
but you know,
before their time.
I'm the only guy that watched the Muppets ABC program from like 5 years ago. I love that. I tuned in weekly. Come on, me and you. That was it. We were the fan base.
Yeah, I'm out on that. Sorry. I did watch a little bit of the Muppets movie with Jason Segel. I watched a little bit
Bro,
of that.
That movie slaps.
Yeah, I fell asleep.
Oh, come
Sorry.
on
That's why I didn't watch the whole thing. I definitely fell asleep through some of it.
Boo.
Sorry.
Boo.
Sorry. All right, 515-7571.
Call
That
our
is your
number
Kahoot.
505-7571.
You win absolutely nothing.
No, it's those snacks in the back you get.
That's
if you
true.
win.
That's true. But that's if you got to win the Kahoot. You get nothing for putting that code in on your phone.
True enough.
You just get a chance at glory, at greatness. See, that would have been a perfect time if our soundboard wasn't goofing tonight. Could have done something there. I don't know.
No. I loved when he was like, my outfit's not working, this isn't working, but he pointed to you.
I know.
That's
Like, it's
all
my
I thought.
fault. It's his iPad.
Because he didn't point to the iPad, he swept
I
up,
know.
like, all this isn't working.
That's so rude.
And I'm like, I get it, he's sunburned, he's peeling, that's not his fault.
Oh, dude. Hey, do y'all want some Parmesan on your pasta?
Oh, gross.
Yeah. I'm
Say
feeling really
when.
bad today.
Say when.
Hey, shut up! This is my last chance to tell you that, so shut up! No more comments from the peanut gallery. All right. Who's still trying to get in the Kahoot? Anyone in?
We got
Anyone in?
26.
Everyone good?
We're good, locked in.
All right.
Loaded.
Let's see this super special, awesome Kahoot, especially for Jacob. It's about soup.
Soup, all right.
Good soup. Good soup.
Numero uno.
All right. Another name for broth is
Stock sauce.
it just
All right,
screams
well.
stock.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's stock.
Jacob is passionate.
Yes, Jacob loves soup.
He loves pho. He loves ramen.
Chicken noodle. What's your favorite soup, Jacob? Lunchtime. Huh? French onion.
Stock. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's stock.
I'll tell you, this is the Kahoot from my grandmother.
Jacob might be your grandmother.
He's got the hair.
a blend of fat and flour.
Roo. Oh.
Fat and flour.
It's broken, it's broken.
Roo.
Is anybody else having trouble? Technical troubles? Is it user error?
Oh,
Well,
better luck next time.
yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to call tech support at Kahoot. Be like, hey,
Roo.
Sammy can't get in. This is an affront to humanity.
Mystery Yeti taking the
Oh,
lead.
it's neck and neck. We got a tie game right there at second.
I'll tell you, I don't have many soup anecdotes, so I'm kind of struggling up
I
here.
know.
I will say that the French dip sandwich, you know, the sandwich you dip it in.
Yes, okay.
Is an accident. It happened on an accident. It was a guy who's like, hey, come to his favorite restaurant. He's like, I need the sandwich fast. I got to run. You know, I only have like 2 minutes for lunch. And the guy spilled the sandwich in the sauce. And then he wrapped it. The guy was like, I don't care. I don't have time. Wrap it up. And he came back the next day. He's like, bro, best sandwich I ever had.
Wow. That's a pretty good anecdote right there.
That's all I got. I'm souped
The
out.
best I've got is
we didn't even say the question.
Yeah, that's okay. My favorite soup is tomato soup, preferably a basil. That's soup, right?
Are we
Tomato
talking-
basil, that counts, right? Soup expert is tomato basil. That's the soup,
Basil.
right? Yeah. Okay. So grilled cheese and tomato basil.
What kind of cheese?
Whatever cheese. It's a grilled
Whatever
cheese.
cheese?
Just
Whatever
throw
cheese?
it in some bread and grill it. I don't
All right,
care.
Velveeta
Give me some
cheese.
cheese. Vegetable soup is an example of clear soup, chowder, puree, bisque.
I'll say calling someone a chowder head is maybe
Chowder.
my favorite regional swear word.
I've never heard that before as a swear word. It's a good replacement, though.
Hey.
I'm always open for those. All right, dazzled quail in the lead. Pea soup is an example of.
Baby vomit.
I mean, come on, y'all. Anytime y'all see pea soup, y'all know y'all think of the elementary jokes, right?
Oh, of course.
For sure.
Whoa. Soup, how's your day been? That's all I feel like I can talk about.
Oh, puree! Hooray!
Yeah.
Are you dazzled quail, Jacob? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
He
that's
wrote
that's
all
fair.
these questions. What are you talking
He
about?
made the Kahoot himself.
He didn't
Thickened soup made from shellfish.
He didn't even need Wikipedia for all this. He knew
Clear
it.
soup, chowder, puree, bisque.
It's a chowder head. Not like New England clam chowder. This is a tomato-based
Am I
chowder.
still in the
It's
way?
Garbage.
Am I still in the way? Am I okay right here? Okay.
Bisque.
It's a bisque.
Biscuit.
All right. Number 7, hearty American soup.
Where's the question?
It didn't even give me like a wrong burgundy question mark. Like
That just sounds like
hearty
a brand.
American soup? Cream soup, chowder, puree, specialty soup.
Whoa.
I don't even know. Hearty American soup? What?
A chowder. That's a chowder.
Dazzled
the cob.
quail.
Oh, they know their
Killing
soups.
it. They are superb.
Oh.
Come on. Come on. Y'all like that soup pun.
Nobody's
Kendall
paying
liked the
attention.
soup pun.
Nobody's paying
Did you hear my soup pun? Oh, don't even thumbs down me, sir. You're just
Wait.
mad because I said it first.
Wait, people didn't hear it? It was a superb pun.
It was
You heard that one.
superb.
You heard that one.
Superb. I
think
cannot. Kendall is a capper. He loved that. Thank you. I knew that. He's just salty he didn't come up with it first.
Salty, speaking of soup.
Specialty soup is sometimes served cold, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, dazzled quail, you're choking. Bright cat.
The combo breaker.
All right.
9 of
Accompaniment
15?
for chili, cracker, peanut butter sandwich, cheese, all the. Please don't let this be all of the above. Because I would never eat
Peanut
chili in a
butter.
peanut butter sandwich ever.
Blech.
That's horrifying.
Wait, genuinely, did you write these questions? A monster wrote that question. No way
Peanut butter sandwich and chili? And chili? What? No! No! No!
Who out there?
No!
Raise your hand.
No!
Get out of here.
Hang on, don't go on just yet. Hang on, hang on. Who would eat that?
We had a hand
Who
raised
would
over
eat
here.
that?
Look at this.
You would eat chili and peanut. Okay, I might make some chili and a peanut butter sandwich and bring it next week. If you come back, I might make you eat it on
You
stage.
gotta own it. Okay.
Together?
Wait, do you like crunchy peanut butter or smooth? We're bringing crunchy.
That is horrifying, man. A peanut butter. I can't believe that's got to be one of the wildest Kahoot answers. And we've seen some really wild ones throughout all the Kahoots. That's up
That's
there.
it? That's the one?
memorable.
Okay.
Peanut butter sandwich and chili. That's horrible. In Michigan,
They're known for great taste in Michigan.
this is why we don't like the people up north. Your favorite soup that we made in class. Good luck on this one, folks. Enchilada.
You can't have a personal story as the question. Who's we? Who's the we?
Oh, my Lord. Oh, gosh. Chili and a peanut butter sandwich. I'm not over that.
We're not moving by.
I can't. It's all I'm thinking about right now.
But my
What?
mom, all of them. Cool.
Cheeseburger soup? Who is this teacher? Who is this person? The two most popular soups in America. I'm thinking chicken
Blue.
noodle.
Let's go blue.
I think it's chicken noodle and tomato.
Yeah.
That's my guess. That's my two favorites. Yep.
There you go. There you go. Sounds right. Feels right.
All
Feels
right,
right.
now we're back on track. Hopefully. Hopefully we stay this
Wait,
way.
What about chili and peanut butter though?
Dude, no.
Oh, we're
they
off.
don't belong together.
We're off track. Sorry.
Wow. Horrifying, man.
Now I know that's a famous painting. That's not an actual soup. Andy Warhol. I don't see his name.
This is not auto insurance, so you can get rid of that one.
That's Italian auto insurance. Progresso.
Progresso. Yes. That is Campbell's.
It's Campbell's.
Campbell's. Campbell's chicken noodle.
Do you know how old that jingle is?
What?
You're too young for that jingle.
No, I'm not. That was on the TV.
No, I'm not.
Come on, man.
Shut up,
None
man.
of y'all knew that?
I'm not too
Campbell's
young for
chicken
that.
noodle. Possibilities.
Hey, I just said this. I gave you the answer. Last question. Hopefully everyone remembered.
Wow. I can't believe the Campbell's chicken noodle possibilities jingle is old.
It's old. I'm just so happy it's not an actual soup question.
Wow.
There we go. Come on.
Andy Warhol, man.
Picasso, I gave you the answer. What?
All right, 2 more. National
God.
Soup Month is November, January, December, February.
February?
I always emphasize the R
you
so I
gotta
never
hit
will misspell it ever again.
Now, what? Now, how do you say today? What's today? How do you say it?
Today's Wednesday, but Wednesday.
It's
yes.
Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday. You're right.
But I'm with you. I hit the R. It's February. February.
February. It's January is National Soup Month.
Champion Lark. 8 in a
All
row.
right, it all comes down to this
Is
one.
that over here? Getting fed the answer?
Bright Cat and Dazzled Quail and Champion Lark. How many bowls of soup do Americans consume each year? 1 billion, 10 billion, 5 billion, 15 billion.
I'm going to say for me, it's 0. Unless you count
a lot of
gumbo.
soup.
Is gumbo a soup? Is gumbo a soup? Our resident soup expert?
I would say yes. I love gumbo.
I love gumbo too.
Gumbo is
Now, are you a chicken and sausage, or do you want seafood in there?
seafood.
Oh, there you go.
Seafood.
There you go.
I mean, honestly, I'll eat whatever. I'm not really that picky. But if I have a preference, give me that seafood. All right, Dazzled Quail could not come through. That means our winner tonight is Bright Cat.
Out of nowhere, Bright
Cat, where you at? Bright Cat, Daniel? Okay, well, who was
I don't feel right about that.
Who was
He
Dazzled
sitting next
Quail
to the
then?
guy.
who's Dazzled Quail?
I was.
You're Dazzled Quail?
Boo.
Okay, who's Champion Lark? Champion Lark, there we go.
I think
First
he was
off,
fed the answers too.
you really are Champion Lark. Okay.
This whole section's questionable.
Ah,
Sus over here, bro.
well, we have to have a winner. Congrats, you are the soup expert. You get a free Snack Shack item by the end of the night. But I'm watching you next week. I'm watching you next week, sir. All
We're
right.
gonna watch you eat a peanut butter sandwich and chili.
Yeah, Cody, we're doing that next week. Peanut butter sandwich and chili.
We're twinning, by the way. ElevatedFaith.com. Sponsor me. You would love first, JK. Relax.
Hey guys, it's good. Come to the front.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, y'all can go ahead and take a seat. Take a seat. If you didn't notice, I was shamed into changing my shirt. Shamed into it, all right? Thank you, thank you. Honestly, what made me do it is the realization that it was two separate blacks that really did bother me. I didn't realize that until I was on stage lights. All right, it's a little different, okay? Thank you. You realize you're gonna have to do this every week now because Jacob's leaving us? How sad. Everybody go, aw, again. Did somebody in the back go, what a loser? I just heard, what a loser. All right, let's try the aw again while it's here, or the boo. Nope, still yays. I just don't know. I guess God was happy for it. I don't know. I guess because he's going to Bible college. I guess that's a happy moment. Maybe we're just sad we're going to lose you. All right? Before we leave tonight, we're going to make sure we pray over him, but you can go ahead and take a seat right now. Not right now, right now. Okay, good, good. Glad we had a conversation. Glad this was talked about. All right, we're moving on. So I was about to start my opening intro and just go right, but if it's your first time here tonight, no. So we have just started last week a brand new series in which we've entitled King. And so what we've been talking about is before the summer, through the summer, we've been talking about how revival is going to happen, and through the summer, revival is happening. And so many people are finally realizing the love of Christ and start to experience the Holy Spirit's presence and, man, what that feels like, and it's drawing more and more people in. And with that, I wanted to make sure that as people are making this choice to, man, really pursue Christ, because we're making this choice not like we have before of, I'm going to, yeah, this thing seems pretty cool. Like, we want to make this choice of, no, I'm for real about this. Like, it's time to actually, like, go all in with this. And so that's what this whole series is about, is making Jesus king in your life. All right, it's time that we get serious about this, that it can't be this old Christianity of, I can do whatever I want because Jesus is going to forgive me no matter what. Like, that kind of mindset, like, when you really step back and think about it, like, 100%, Jesus is going to forgive you. Like, that's, man, one of the, beauties of how much Jesus loves us. But if you consider yourself a follower of Christ and you consider yourself a Christian, if you have that mindset, how can you really say that you truly love God whenever you know that you're just taking advantage of him? That kind of mindset is kind of messed up, honestly. And so what we're doing right now is Jesus, whenever he was on this earth, and whenever he had his ministry, he presented the truth, the whole truth to people, and he let them choose. And he said, hey, this is the good, this is the stuff that isn't super easy. No, it's up to you to decide. And so what we're going to talk about is those different times of those tough subjects, those tough things that Jesus or the Bible tells us that, man, isn't always preached about in church, but also is so, is so crucial for your walk with Christ. And so tonight, we're going to talk about what it means to actually make that decision and understand what it fully means to really accept Christ and begin following Christ, what that cost really looks like. So tonight's message is entitled Count the Cost. Everybody say, count the cost. And so how many of you know that more often than not, sometimes it's different, but more often than not, in life, you get what you pay for, especially in the tech world. Like, if you want a $10 pair of headphones and that's what you're good with, then, man, if you're cool with those lasting like a month, then that's what you got. You got a $10 pair of headphones. But, like, if you want to put money into it, they're usually better sound quality. They're going to last longer. You get what you pay for. And kind of in, like, I'm a big sneaker person, and so, like, I know with shoes, the better the shoes are, the more expensive they are. And I'm not talking about resellers. Like, resellers are like a detriment to the sneaker community. We're not talking about those right now, But I'm talking, but also in fashion, like in sneakers and all that, usually the better things are, the more expensive they are. Now, side note, that doesn't mean don't sleep on Walmart, especially right now. Like, Walmart's got some nice clothes. Like, how many of y'all, like, know what I'm talking about? Like, for real, like, I would never say that a couple years ago, but right now, they stepped up their game, all right? Target, they're coming for you, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Sorry, side note. But I know that a lot of times, whenever the more expensive something is, the more like better quality material, like the more it's valued. And so because of that, it's more expensive. But so whenever, like if I go look at a pair of sneakers and I'm like, these sneakers are $300, like $300. Now it's up to me to weigh that decision of, am I willing to pay that? Which I've never paid $300 for sneakers yet. I will say yet because I'm not saying I won't, but I will say yet. But I still haven't done that yet. But I know going into this that this is what it costs. This is the amount that I have to like sacrifice for. This is what it costs. And am I willing to pay that price? Am I willing to, fork up the $300? But I go into it understanding what that price is. And I feel like for a long time, Christians and people who, weren't really all about this and now are starting to jump back into it, or we're jumping back into it, I feel like a lot of times they weren't understanding the full price of what it costs to really be a true follower of Jesus. Now, I know what you're thinking. Cody, wasn't salvation free? Like, wasn't that the whole purpose of this thing? Like, I didn't have to do anything and Jesus would die for me before I was even born? Like, 100%. Yes, absolutely. Like, there's nothing you can do right now or cannot do to either become deserving or undeserving of salvation. 100% free for you. But to be a true follower of Jesus, he himself tells us that it requires a little more of us. He asks something from us. To truly experience everything that God has for you, it requires an extra step. Can't live your life the same way. And so we're going to pick up in the book of Matthew tonight, Matthew chapter 16. And they're going to start in verse 21 on the screen. But before we jump into that, I want to give you a little backstory. So in Matthew 16, this is whenever the first time Jesus is ever called the Messiah. Before this, people just kind of know him as a good rabbi, a good teacher, this nice guy. And he started doing miracles, and people were kind of like, whoa, what's going on? Like, this guy's a little different, like he's doing some crazy things. Is this, like, I'm pretty sure people were like thinking about it, but no one's ever talked about it out loud. And so Jesus is talking to his disciples. He gathered around him. He said, hey, who do people say the Son of Man is? Talking about himself. Who do people say that I am? And so, they started, shouting out, like, some people say you're John the Baptist. Others say you're a really good prophet. Like, others say you're, from Elisha. Like, they're saying all these different things. And then Peter, man, you gotta love Peter, because if Peter's anything, Peter is one of those people that, like, doesn't really have the best filter. You know what I mean? How many of y'all can relate to that? Like, a lot of times you say something and you're like, oh, no, I wish that didn't happen. That's Peter, okay? Sometimes that works in your favor, right? You say the right thing before everybody else. That's what happened with Peter right now. He's like, you're the Messiah, the Son of the living God. And so Jesus is like, oh, Peter, that's good. And he tells him, you are blessed, Simon, because that was his name at this point, Simon. You are blessed, Simon, son of John, because my Father in heaven has revealed this to you. You did not learn this from any human being. Now I say to you that you are Peter. That's when he changed his name to Peter. You are Peter, which means rock. And upon this rock I will build my church. And all the powers of hell will not conquer it. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you forbid, this is Jesus talking to Peter, whatever you forbid on earth will be forbidden in heaven, and whatever you permit on earth will be permitted in heaven. So Jesus just gave Peter some pretty powerful, like, powers. Like, he basically, like, unlocked the new level of X-Men powers. I don't know how else to describe it, but he got these cool powers. Like, Jesus looked at him and was like, hey, whatever you say is okay here on earth is going to be okay in heaven. And whatever you don't allow, whatever you forbid here on earth is forbidden in heaven too. And so Peter, I don't know about y'all, but if Jesus told me whatever I say is forbidden, whatever I say is accepted, like, I got a lot of power. Like, I'm going to walk around a little different. Like, man, okay, I got this thing. Like, I'm it. Y'all need to listen. Don't make me mad, because I'll forbid you right now. Forbid you here, forbid you in heaven. Okay, for real. All right, I'm walking around with this new level of power. Like, it's super, like, that's cool to me. So we pick up in verse 21. So in verse 21, we got it on the screens. It says, from then on, Jesus began to tell his disciples plainly, so there's that word again, plainly, that it was necessary for him to go to Jerusalem, and that he would suffer many terrible things at the hands of the elders, the leading priests, and the teachers of religious law, that he would be killed, but on the third day he would be raised from the dead. So right now, Jesus is telling him, like, hey, I'm so glad you think I'm the Messiah. Like, I'm so glad you believe that. But don't, first of all, he said, don't tell everybody yet, which that's a whole different sermon. But don't tell everybody yet. But he's saying, like, I got to go to all these leading priests. They're going to kill me. But don't worry, 3 days later, I'm going to die. After he just, like, told everybody, yeah, I'm the Messiah. Like, after that, he just told them, hey, I'm going to go die and then come back later. And so Peter just got a new power. So he's not going to stand for this. So Peter says this. He took Jesus aside, which, man, the guts to, Jesus, come here. No, come here, Jesus, come here. Jesus, come here. No, come here. This is what he tells him. Pulls him aside and said, and began to reprimand Jesus. Peter is reprimanding Jesus, all right? He's getting on to Jesus and is reprimanded for saying such things. He says, heaven forbid, all right? Jesus just told him that he could forbid things on earth and it'd be forbidden in heaven. So he's like, heaven forbid it, Jesus. No, not on my watch. This will never happen to you. Like, he's thinking, man, don't worry, Jesus. You just gave me this power, and I accept this responsibility. This will not happen to you. Like, he's got Jesus' back. He's operating in this new power that Jesus just gave him. It's like, no, I forbid it, Lord. This will not happen. And Jesus doesn't respond how Peter thought he would. Jesus turns to him and says, get away from me, Satan. Not like, get away from me, bro. Like, chill, like, calm down. Like, get away from me, devil. Like, you are the devil. Get away from me. You are a dangerous trap to me. You are seeing things merely from a human point of view, not from God's. Like, dang, Jesus, calm down. Like, my man was just looking out for you. Like, he was just saying, like, no, I'm not going to let you die. Like, that's not going to happen. You need to be here for as long as you need to be here, and, like, you're going to help so many people, so no, I forbid it. You just told me I could forbid it, so I forbid it. I have that power now. I forbid it. Thought he was helping Jesus out, and Jesus turns around and is like, get away from me, the devil. Like, you are the devil. You are a dangerous trap to me. Like, that doesn't make sense. That is, I'm sure Peter was just, like, shook, like, completely just like, what? Like, I'm just trying to help, man. Like, one of those, like, man, cower down moments. See, earlier, whenever he just spoke and didn't really have to think, it worked out for him. And so now when he was like, I'll do it again, didn't really have the same ending that he thought it was. And so he was just trying to use this new power, but why was Jesus so harsh on Peter? That's what I want to answer right now, is why I believe Jesus was so harsh on Peter, and I believe it's 2 reasons. One, I believe that he was trying to show Peter that his new gift, like this new power that he was given, wasn't so he could just go around doing whatever he wanted, forbidding and not forbidding and permitting and not permitting, whatever he wanted, however he felt was right. Like, his gift isn't used so that he could gain more power, but that Jesus and God could gain more power. That this ability was to be used for God's plan and was supposed to be used through God. Like, that's who it was supposed to operate through. And number 2, I think Jesus, one of my favorite things about reading the Bible, and one of my things I feel like isn't talked about a ton, is the fact that Jesus came from heaven and became a man so he could feel, and became human so he could feel all our feelings, emotions, thoughts, like all our struggles. Jesus wanted to go through that to understand where we were coming from. And so Jesus had inner struggles. If you don't believe me, go fast forward to the Garden of Gethsemane. So the night before Jesus is about to go on the, like, whipped with 39 lashes, like, before he's about to go be crucified, like, go through all, like, the most intense pain you could ever imagine in your life. Like, the night before he's doing that, he knows it's going to happen. He's praying to God. He's like, Father, if this cup can pass from me, like, God, if there's any other way, please let it be done that way. But not my will, your will be done. Jesus had this inner battle. And so I think that it wasn't just at that moment. I believe it wasn't just at that moment. I believe that whenever Peter looked at Jesus and was like, no, I won't let it happen. I refuse to let that happen. He called him Satan and said, get away from me. He says these exact words of, you are a dangerous trap to me. So I think that Jesus knew that one of his best friends, somebody who, man, was looking out for him, was trying to have his best interests in mind, he knew if he fed into what Peter was thinking, he was already having an internal battle that he couldn't, man, have that, man, feed in him and then go to God and be like, see, somebody else thinks it's the wrong way. Like, you ever have a friend that's like, whenever you're like battling with, like disagreeing with somebody else, and you got that other friend that's like, boom, see, they're on my side. Like, Jesus knew that he didn't have the freedom to allow Peter to, like, man, feed into the struggle that was already going on inside of him. He knew he had to let God take this, and he knew he had to follow what exactly God's plan was. It's the only way I can make sense of this, because it makes a little more sense when you continue reading on. So you go to verse 24. It says, then Jesus turns to all his disciples after just shutting Peter up quick, like after just being like, you're thinking from God's, or you're thinking from a human point of view, not from God's. Like, that's the greater plan. After that, turns to his disciples and says this: if any of you wants to be my follower, you must give up your own way, take up your cross, and follow me. And so he's saying this to the disciples, but it's the same for us, that to follow Jesus, we have to first give up our own way, take up our cross, and follow him. So the first one, give up your own way. Right, like I talked about earlier, right before he was in the right when Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane, right before he's about to be, man, crucified, go through all this intense pain, Jesus has this moment where he gives up his own way. Says, God, if this cup can, man, pass from me, if I don't have to do it this way, please let's do it that way, but not my will, your will be done. We as Christians have to give up our own way, what we think should be the right way, because I promise you, you're like, man, I try not to disagree with God. Like, I'm pretty sure God's got it all. Like, I don't have to worry about any of that, but there are going to be times where you're going to look at something and be like, God, this doesn't make sense. Honestly, it's pretty stupid that you're doing it this way. This should not be how it's done. Why are you operating like this? Like, how can you call yourself a loving God and you're doing it like this? Jesus had those moments, but he ended it with, not my will, but your will be done. You have to give up your own way and trust that God's got this plan that you have no comprehension. There's no way you could understand it fully. You have to trust that God has your best interest and everybody's best interest in mind, and trust in that. You have to give up your own way. Jesus gave up what he wanted for what God wanted, and we got to do the same. Next one, take up your cross. And so this is a metaphor, obviously, for what, and kind of like a similarity to what Jesus was about to do. Like, he said this before he actually took up his cross, like legitimately did that. Jesus was talking to these disciples, and he said, take up your cross. And they're like, man, that's kind of intense, Jesus. Like, take up my cross? Like, that's, man, I hope I don't have to go through that. And they didn't know that Jesus was about to go through that. And so he says, take up your cross, which means that there has to be a ultimate, man, unwavering, full-out devotion to God and to his plan and to that trust into him. It has to be the same kind of devotion that Jesus had for God, that devotion of, no matter what, I'm behind you, God. Man, we've been seeing crazy healings happen, and like that's starting, and that's part of revival. We've been seeing healings happen, but man, one of the things we've pushed a lot and made sure that is open and honest is that we are going to pray and believe for a healing. Like, there are still people in here, we are 100% praying and believing for healings, but no matter what, we trust God. That's what it requires of us to call ourselves a follower of Jesus, is that, God, I 100% believe you can heal this person. I 100% believe they can walk again. I 100% believe they don't got the stomach troubles anymore. I 100% believe all the blood problems no more. Like, I 100% believe this, but even if you don't, God, I still trust you. It's that ultimate devotion of, you know what, God, I know that your way is much better than mine. Because in this life, what a lot of churches don't like to talk about it is, in this life, you are going to suffer. It's going to happen. Whether you're Christian or not, you're going to go through tough times in life. It's just life. It happens, all right? That's why that's one of the benefits and blessings that we get, is that going through all that stuff, we have a companion, Jesus, and each other through it all. Like, we don't have to go through it alone. That's one of the greatest things about it. But one of the things churches don't mention also is that there are going to be times where you're going to be either, man, persecuted by other people, or even, man, the enemy, like persecuted by the devil, like because you are Christian. Like you're going to go through things because you are Christian. You're going to suffer for Christ. And that's not an easy topic to talk about, but it's the reality, because the enemy knows that if you're on God's team and if you're a follower of Christ, you are a threat. And so because of that, he's going to try to attack you with things. He's going to try to, man, throw you off of your game. He's going to try to get you out of your routine. He's going to try to do everything he can to get you as far away from Christ as he can. And so because of that, you're going to face things because you are Christian. But you have to trust, and you have to have this full devotion, and man, you have to have your heart all the way in on it to be able to make it through that. Because there are going to be times where you're like, I can promise you, there are times where, and all the leaders in here, I'm sure, can attest to it, that you're angry at God, like you don't agree with something that's going on, and that's whenever he seems to attack the most. That's whenever you seem to be attacked the most of, man, I'm really kind of mad at God, and so it's a lot easier if I didn't follow this way. It's a lot easier if I didn't do it like this, and so, maybe I do want to do it my own way. Maybe I do want to do it how I believe. It's a lot easier to do that, but it takes a full devotion. That's why it's so important to have a community of believers, a family of people surrounding you to constantly remind you of the goodness and faithfulness and, man, joy of Christ and of being a follower of Christ. So you can, man, snap out of that, because the enemy is going to attack you because you are Christian. But then Jesus continues on. If I can have the band come back up. Continues on in verse 25. And he kind of explains it more. It says, if you hang on to your life, you will lose it. But if you give up your life for my sake, you will save it. And what do you benefit if you gain the entire world but lose your own soul? This is the last question that, man, it's a tough one. Is anything worth more than your soul? And that's what I want to leave you on today. If y'all can go ahead and stand up. That's what I want to leave you with today. And that's what, man, the question as we're about to go into a time of prayer and worship, like, that's the question I want you to be, man, constantly contemplating of, is there anything worth more than my soul? It's heavy, but you got to ask it with everything. Is being liked by everybody, and, man, being with the people who everybody loves, like being with that crowd, is that worth my soul? Is being in this relationship continuing? I know it's probably not the best for me, but like, it's not that bad. Is being in that relationship worth more than your soul? Is having it your way and doing things how you think it should be done, is that worth your soul? In every decision, in every, man, walk in life, in everything you do, that question has to be at the root of it. Is this worth my soul? Is blank worth my soul? And I want y'all to go ahead and start spreading out. Get alone with you and God. If you're new to Wednesday nights, the reason we spread out and the reason I want you to, like, man, do everything you can to not be next to somebody that's going to distract you, because I told you I got ADHD. I'm distracted like that super easily. And so I've learned and I've seen that it helps to get away from every distraction so you can have this time to focus on you and God and focus on his presence. And so during this time of prayer and worship, they're going to lead us in some songs. And so there's a couple different things that I want you to do. Number one, if you just, man, want to worship and just want to spend time with God and spend time in his presence, man, I hope you experience God in a way that you never have before. I hope you feel him more stronger than you ever have before. I hope you feel him in a different way, man. I hope you just have this experience that is like no other. If that's what you're looking for, I 100% hope you get that. But also, some of you will try to kind of evaluate what's really important to you, like where your priorities are. Like, man, I know that hanging out with these people, like hanging out with this crowd probably isn't the best for me. I know when I'm around them, like, I don't care about anything other than just being with them. Like, I'll throw out my Christianity out the door. All that ends up happening. I don't mean to, but I know it ends up happening. Like, are they worth your soul? Is blank worth your soul? Like, you got to do some, man, self-evaluation of, what do I need to change? What am I putting ahead of God? What am I making king in my life? Is God king, or do I really care more about this? Do I really put a priority on this more? And so as they sing, as they worship, I want you to go through those things. And always, if you need prayer for anything and help with anything at all, like, we got leaders here that's all we want to do is just help you through everything. Even if you just need to talk it out, like, we'll just listen. Maybe you just need to go, hey, I don't need your advice for anything. I just need somebody to listen. Like, we'll do that. Like, I got no problem doing that. If you need to talk about anything. But I hope during this time, man, you see God and you get exactly what God has for you tonight, because you weren't here on accident. It wasn't just by happenstance that you were here. Maybe it's about the message. Maybe it was during this moment you're going to have something that was completely out of left field that you're like, oh, this is why you have me here tonight. And so I hope during this time where they sing and they lead us in worship that you see that and you experience a different strength of God's presence.
Here is where I lay it down.
up the ground of all my tradition. Break down the walls of all my religion. Always better. Always better. And I will make room for you to do whatever you want to do whatever you want to, and I will make room for you to do whatever you want to do whatever you want to, and I will make room for you to do whatever you want to do whatever you want to, and I will make room for you to do whatever you want to, whatever you want to. Shake up the ground of all my tradition, break down the walls of all my religion. Your way is better. Your way is better. Shake up the ground of all my tradition, break down the walls of all my religion. Your way is better. Your way is better. And I will make room for you to do whatever you want to do whatever you want to, and I will make room for you to do whatever you want to do whatever you want to. Here is where I lay it down. You are all I'm chasing now. This is my surrender. This is my surrender. Here is where I lay it down. You are all I'm chasing now. This is my surrender. This is my surrender. You go before I know that you've even gone to win my war. You come back with the head of my enemy. You come back and you call it my victory. You go before I know that you've even gone to win my war. Your love becomes my greatest defense. It leads me from the dry wilderness, and all I did was praise, and all I did was worship.
introduced me to your love. You picked up all my pieces, put me back together. You are the defender of my heart. And when I thought I lost me, you knew where I left me. You reintroduced me to your love. You picked up all my pieces, put me back together. You are the defender of my heart. And when I thought I lost you, you knew where I left me. You reintroduced me to your love. You picked up all my pieces, put me back together. You are the defender of my When I thought I lost me, you knew where I left me. You reintroduced me to your love. You picked up all my pieces, put me back together. You are the defender of my heart. And when I thought I lost me, you knew where I left me. You reintroduced me to your love. You picked up all my pieces, put me back together. You are the defender of my Sing so much better. So much better your way. So much better your way. So much better your way. to do is worship. Lord, I will just bow down. I'm just gonna stay still.
I'll never be more loved than I am right now. Wasn't holding you up, so there's nothing I can do to let you down. It doesn't take a trophy to make you proud. I'll never be more loved than I am right now.
Going through a storm, but I won't go down. I hear your voice carried in the rhythm of the wind to call me out.
You would cross an ocean so I wouldn't drown. You've never been closer than you are right now. You are Jireh. You are enough. You are Jireh. You are enough. And I will be content in every circumstance. You are Jireh. You are enough. Forever enough. Always enough. You are more than enough. Forever enough. Always enough. You are more than enough. I don't want to forget how I feel right now on the mountaintop. I can see so clear what it's all about. So stay by my side till the sun goes down. Don't want to forget how I feel right now. You are Jireh. You are enough. Yes, Lord, you are Jireh. You are enough. And I will be content in every circumstance. You are Jireh. You are enough. Forever enough. Always enough. You are more than enough. Forever enough, always enough. You are more than enough.
I'm already loved. I'm already chosen. I know who I am. I know what you've spoken. I'm already loved more than I could imagine.
That is enough. already loved. I'm already chosen. I know who I am. I know what you've spoken. I'm already loved more than I could imagine. That is enough. I'm already loved. I'm already chosen. I know who I am. I know what you've spoken. I'm already loved more than I could imagine. That is enough. Come on, sing it again. Let you believe it tonight. Come on. I'm already loved. I'm already chosen. Yes, you are. Come on. I know who I am. I know what you've spoken. I'm already loved more than I could imagine. That is enough. 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 That is. Sing, you are. You are enough. You are enough. Sing yourself into faith. Come on. You are enough. You are enough. So I am. You are enough. So I am enough. You are enough. So I am enough. You are Jireh. You are enough. You are Jireh. You are enough. And I will be content in every circumstance. You are Jireh. You are enough.
If he dresses the lilies with beauty and splendor, how much more will he clothe you? How much more will he clothe you? If he watches over every sparrow, how much more does he love you? How much more does he love you?
If he dresses the lilies with beauty and splendor, how much more will he clothe you? How much more will he clothe you? If he watches over every sparrow, how much more does he love? Come on, sing it again. Sing yourself in the face.
More does he love you?
If he dresses the lilies with beauty and splendor, how much more will he clothe you? How much more will he clothe you? If he watches over every sparrow, how much more does he love you?
How much more does he love you?
If he dresses the lilies with beauty and splendor, how much more does he love you? How much more will he clothe you? If he watches over every sparrow, how much more does he love does he love you? How much more does he love you? How much more? Say that again. Come on, how much more? How much more does he love you? 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 More, come on. More than you ask, think, or imagine, according to his power working in us. He's more than enough. More than you ask, think, or imagine, according to his power working in us. Sing it again, come on. It's more than enough. More than you ask, think, or imagine, according to his power working in us. He's more than enough. Come on, one more time. With more than you ask, think, or imagine, according to his power working in us. He's more than enough. He's more than enough. He's more than enough. Sing, it's more than enough. It's more than enough. 'Cause you are Jireh. You are enough. You are Jireh. You are enough. And I will be content in every circumstance. You are Jireh. You are enough. Ever enough. Always enough. More than enough. Forever enough. Always enough. More than enough. Come on, sing that again. Forever enough. Always enough. You are more than enough. Forever enough. Always enough. More than enough. Sometimes when we sing songs, at the beginning, we don't believe it. Sometimes when we sing words over and over again, we're not exactly sure if we're in agreement with what we're saying. Sometimes you wonder, God, are you more than enough for me in this moment with what I'm going through? But sometimes we sing words over and over again to remind ourselves and to sing ourselves into faith. Because even though I don't agree in the beginning, I need to come into agreement, because if I don't agree with God, then I'm empowering someone else. If I'm in agreement with what Satan is saying in that moment, then I'm giving him authority. But if I come into agreement with what God is saying in that moment, I'm giving him authority. The authority that he gave Peter. That's why Peter had to come into agreement with Jesus in that moment. Sometimes we have to agree even though we don't feel like it, because we know what's true. It's not about right and wrong. It's about what's truth. So when you say, Jireh, you are enough to heal. You're enough to provide. You are Jireh. You are enough. So whatever circumstance, and I will be content in every circumstance. You are Jireh. So we're going to sing it again. You are enough. Sing it over your circumstance. Because you are Jireh. You are enough. Sing it over your circumstance. You are Jireh. You are enough. And I will be content in every circumstance. You are Jireh. You are enough. Sing it one more time. You are Jireh. You are enough. yourself into faith right now. You are Jireh. You are enough. And I will be content, because I know in every circumstance you are Jireh. You are enough. Forever enough. Always enough. You are more than enough. Forever enough. Always enough.
So if your parents need, like, are been blowing up your phone, or you need to go, or you're good in here, you want to go chill outside, like 100%, you have that freedom. But they're gonna continue, and honestly, if you're cool with it, please do this song again, because honestly, this song is like, okay, just one of the greatest songs. But if you need, man, this moment, if you're still working stuff out, please continue doing that. Like, don't try to restrict God on a time limit just because you're like, okay, well, hope that was it. Like, I encourage you, push through, like, stay with this presence. But if you're good, 100%, as soon as I'm done praying, you can go ahead and go outside. If your parents need to go, you can go home. I know you got school in the morning, so God, I just thank you for tonight. God, I thank you for what you're already starting to work on. God, the stuff that we don't even like and enjoy talking about, God, you love us too much to let us sit in the pain, let us sit in the hurt, God, that it is not fun to deal with that, but you love us too much to let us sit in that. So, God, I thank you for that love and for that peace and for that freedom. God, I pray that we continue to pursue you more than anything else, God, that we hold you at the top priority, that you are King and most important in our lives. I thank you for that. In your name I pray. Amen.